What's up, guys? I'm Doofus Mcdooface, and today's video is dedicated to beginners. You just bought Legion TD2, or you got it from a gift, humble bundle, giveaway, I don't know. You got the game, you're excited. I would not recommend going for ranked my first game. I would actually recommend going to the Sandbox. So to go to the Sandbox, you hit Learn, you go Sandbox. I think the basics of the game are probably best learned by playing one of the legions. There's 8 legions in the game, and you can start those in a classic, and then you can also use those when you're playing against the AI or if you're doing the campaign. I think that's going to help you best with learning the game in the beginning, right? So if you come into the Sandbox, and I'm pretty sure when you're playing AI, and definitely when you're playing the campaign, these things will pop up. I think probably the easiest one to start with is Forsaken. So for today's video, let's go with Forsaken.
Welcome to
And
Noah.
because we're in the Sandbox, we actually have a lot of time to work on stuff. So the first thing I want to say is learning the Sandbox is very important. So if you do dash, wave, and then any number, and you hit enter, it'll set the wave to that number. Now this might be jumping a little forward, but this is really important to learn. And then you just go back to wave 1, and now we're back at wave 1. This will be helpful in today's thing. So, if I'm in the game, and I'm doing Forsaken, what's really important is to learn what an aura is. An aura is units that can go on each of these squares and get a buff, right? So maybe this is too difficult to explain, but I'm still gonna do it anyhow. You bought Legion, hopefully you're enjoying it. So there's this unit called the Butcher. There's other units in the game that work like this, but the easiest one is gonna be the Butcher with Forsaken, right? It has a Vamp lifesteal ability. So you're gonna place that down. Never place it on the wall. Never ever place a Butcher on the wall. Or any type of aura unit. There's the Antler. There's the Disciple. Leviathan is from a Tempest. And Butcher. Never place these things on a wall, because you lose out on many of their aura spots. Right? So what is an aura spot? So if I put a unit here, and we just go to a certain wave, and we watch what happens. What is an aura spot? So it says it gives healing ability. Do you see that? See how it says +10, +10? So every time the Butcher does damage, it heals a little bit. And that's going to be very important. It's going to be very, very important. Because with Forsaken, the Vamp ability, the healing ability, is probably the most simple combo to learn in the game, which is honestly one of the best combos as well. Another important thing, if you're still there and you've got questions, what are these? These will help you tremendously too. This is a damage dealt thing. You're going to find that in the bottom right hand corner. It's going to say damage tracker. If you click that, it'll tell you how much damage your unit is doing. And if you click this orange thing, it'll switch it to damage taken. Alright. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And during the wave, if you can't click on the unit because they're moving too fast, you can click on the unit from the damage dealt. There's also the wave guide. Wave guide will pop up wave info, which tells you the recommended value, which is pretty useful when you start, as well as the types, the recommended types that you should have for those certain waves. This one on the left is the damage that you want for that wave. This one on the right is the armor type you want your units to have. Right? So a Butcher has impact damage, which is awesome. Swift A Nightmare has Swift, right? So wave 2, the Nightmare would be really good because it has the Swift tank. So those are the main things. But yeah, so just learning how to use this, right? You want to make sure everything is correctly on the aura, because you have a maximum of 6 spots you can use. Now all of these units will get the aura love. If you do stuff like that, you just lost out on 1 aura spot, right? So it's very important to click on your aura unit and make sure that, well, you did it correctly. That's mostly it for our beginner learning session. I really just want to show it in game. I just wanted to give a little hints. Yeah, I think learning the sandbox, how to work the sandbox. Oh, so you played a game, right? You played a game and you don't understand why you leaked or what you could have done better positioning wise. Hit tab. Tab will show you your lane. It's actually pretty important. And if you hit space, it will show you your enemy's lane. This would have the enemy. This is really important in game. I'll also show you when we're fighting the campaign person. I'll show you that too. But from here, if you right click on your name and you hit view profile, you'll be able to check out your profile, and you can go to match history. From match history, you can click on one of your recent games, go to builds, and then you can scroll through each wave, or you can just click the wave and say, why did I leak here? If you click it, you left click it, we take this back to the sandbox and we type -LOAD, hit that, hit Control V, and you'll paste your build, right? And then you gotta send whatever they sent in the game, or if you're trying to test out your own send, and then if you do -start, the wave that you're wanting to test will start, and you can rewatch it again in the sandbox. And this will help you understand how you could have done better positioning, right? What you could have done better, there we go. And then -clear will also make everything go away. And then if you're in the sandbox and you're like, no, I want the time to stop, I usually just reset the wave, right? If we just type in the wave, it goes back to an hour of time. But I hope that's been useful. Really just spitballing. And I think it'll be easier if I show it in an actual game. So let's go to solo and co-op. Let's go to campaign. Bristol Coast. Let's go to Tommy. And for me, I'm going to do hard. Right? You just got the game, so it's totally understandable that you can only do normal. Don't feel bad about that. And once again, we're just going to take the Forsaken. We have a little bit more time. A little bit more time since the game is in campaign mode. We've got once again, we've got our attack types we can look at, our wave info. But with Forsaken, this is going to be the easiest combo ever. If you can learn Butcher Nightmare, you're going to have a great time playing this game. So, wave 1, you always put the Nightmare down. On the wall, on the left side, right? Put the Nightmare on the wall, on the left side. I usually do the middle. That's going to be the best. Hit one worker. Easy. Just hit a king up. To hit a king up, you're going to go to the left of your units, upgrade your king, and do any of the 3. King attack and spell are going to be the most useful. You don't need the regen yet because you haven't taken any damage. Then you're going to hit ready. And if other players aren't ready and you're playing a ranked or a classic, it'll take time.
20 seconds.
So you got snailed. That is very good. That is very good. You got snailed. That's amazing. So now you're gonna hit one work. You can, oh yeah, you can hit shift, left click to queue workers. Shift, left click can queue workers. But if you don't want to do that, you can also just click the worker button. And that'll work just as well. Now, if you didn't receive a send, you're probably only going to want to go 4 workers, right? You're probably only going to want to go 4 workers if you did not receive a send on wave 1. The nightmare will not leak wave 2. But you could leak bad on wave 3. We received a snail, but we're really bad on wave 3, and we're already at 5 workers, so we're not touching a worker. What I am going to do is turn auto send on so that I make sure I get income every wave. Now, I pushed to 5 workers, and I don't quite have the gold for a bone crusher, which is what I would have recommended. But because it's Forsaken, I have less income. So I'm going to put a gargoyle in front of that, and I'm going to put a gargoyle down half a tile on the right side. I'm also going to do a king up. Okay, I received the brute here. I might leak. This is a really big send. This is a really big send to receive early. When people send brutes on 3, it is very difficult to hold it. And that's okay. Right? That is okay. I leaked. I shouldn't have gone to 5 workers. And that's alright. I still should be hitting a worker though. Right? I should still be doing that worker. But we've done king ups in game, so our king is actually okay. And if you're playing with a teammate, your teammate might have covered your leak. Now, once again, you're really good on this wave. You never need to build for wave 4. Unless you're expecting a massive send, you just don't need to build for wave 4. But I think I am, though. I'm just going to build a couple of little units, make sure that I have the gold for the butcher next. I think this dude is going to start cheating. Yeah. So if you get sent wave 4 in a game, that's just free gold. That's just free gold, and all you need to do is make sure that you get your butcher. You always need the butcher on wave 5. Butcher wave 5. Butcher wave 5. Butcher wave 5. And then we can hit the tab space to see what our opponent has added, right? We see that he has 4 pack rats, which are impact and swift. That's good to know. So we want the butcher, and it looks like we've put the stuff in the right position so far. And let's put another gargoyle on this thing. Now, for this wave 5, it is extremely important that the side that you have your nightmare on is higher, right? See how he's higher than that? Because this boss on wave 5 needs to die immediately. We can push a couple of workers now. I'm quite overvalued, so I'm going to push a lot of workers. I'm going to push all the workers. And my opponent leaked, which is amazing. That is awesome. Right? There's nothing better than beating your opponent with auto send. And I'm just gonna fill up this circle with the gargoyles, right? I am. But at this point, now that wave 5 is done, I actually want my right side, this is called the split side, to be higher. So if he sent a brute again, the brute will go right. Because I don't want the brute to attack my buddies, the good guys, right? That's a pretty big send. And that's alright. I might leak a little bit here. Don't be too worried though. Remember, this is the hard mode. This is the hard mode, so don't be too worried. And now, since I have so many gargoyles, they're really strong for waves 7 and 8. And I want to make sure I leak my guy over there. I'm going to try to send the biggest thing possible. Now I'm going to do one of these green devils. They're already on this aura. And I'm just going to add more green devils. It's really important that you hold the next send after you leak. Right? Because you need to stabilize. See? He sent me really hard again. I need to hold this. I'm going to push another worker. But this should be my strong wave, right? This should be my best wave. All of my guys are arcane, and my best damage from my nightmare is pierce. So this is a really important wave for me to just hold on. And as you can see, I'm holding really well. So I restabilized, and now I'm in a good position. Now, I don't want to buy workers here. I actually want to shift, right? See, if you scroll down to your gold, it says estimated total is 349. I want to shift now for the biggest, baddest nightmare upgrade, which is a doppelganger. It's super powerful with the butcher. And because I just received a send, and I'm still really strong on these waves, I'm pretty sure that I can easily shift for it. So I'm not going to press a worker. I'm just going to wait and make sure that I have the 340 gold. Right? Oh. Oh, a shutdown. That's a great mechanic. So, the game is saying that Tommy, my opponent, is very far ahead. So if I can leak Tommy, I get bonus gold. And as you can see, I just got 25 bonus gold. So now there's two things we can do. We easily shifted for our doppelganger. We have a very strong unit. And we still have 146 gold left over. So we could have A, pushed workers, or B, pretty much overbuilt, right? Overbuilding is when you're on value or a little bit over value. See, I'm 25 over value now. Now that can be strong when your opponent is really sending you hard every wave, right? Like, you know how this guy's sending me hard every wave. So I feel okay being a little bit overbuilt, right? Massive send. Massive send. But I have one of the strongest units in the game. I'm going to push all the workers here. I'm amazing on wave 10 with the doppelganger. And hopefully I'm full holding this because I'm overvalued. Right? And Ogre is notorious for leaking people really badly. So for me to hold this is just amazing for our game. Right? That is so awesome. And I'm going to push all the workers. That was a very big hold. Very important hold. Now, wave 11 with the doppelganger is probably one of your hardest waves in the game. They'll usually skip wave 10. This is a bot, so just be aware. They'll usually skip wave 10 and send you 11. So you want to have some type of good unit for 11. Luckily, we have the Lord of Death. Right? I'm not pushing off of that because I know how bad I am 11. Right? I already have a lot of workers. That's a lot of workers for any normal game. Right? Some games you only have 10 workers on wave 10. Right? The doppelganger with the butch is just so powerful. Even to a 140 send, I'm perfectly fine. Oh my goodness. Another shutdown for my opponent. And it's just a baby leak, so it's very good for us. Now I'm still scared here. Right? Look at that. I'm only on value. So I'm going to put down a Lord of Death. Just over here in the side. I'm going to drop a gate guard. Also on the butcher circle. And I'm just going to spam more gargoyles. Now, the king spells this game are Savior. It heals your king. Overwork, if we had a lot of workers and we were trying to send hard. Or All Out Assault. Plus 100 Mythium, minus 20 income. Now, I'm scared here. So, I'm just going to do that. Oh, that was a bad position. That was a very bad position because now I can't double butcher my doppelganger. But sometimes you're really scared and you just have to do things in the speed of the moment, right? In the speed of the moment, you just have to be fast. Oh my goodness. He's really starting to leak hard over there. And I just keep holding his sends. I'm in a great spot. Wave 12, doppelganger is amazing. Right? So I'm going to push even a couple more workers. Also, he might just be dead. We might just have won. We did it. We won.
Victory.
We won the game. But there is one thing that I just did really bad there. Right? So let's actually go back and do one more visit to the sandbox. Learn. Sandbox. We didn't get far enough in the game for me to teach you guys. But the butcher, the one with the healing ability, has an upgraded thing. You can upgrade that healer. And you can have the double vamp. You can click anything. So once again, we're going to do dash LOD. Space, or enter, sorry. Control V, confirm. Now what, in the last second, I did this unit, right? And I said, oh no, that was a terrible position. So let's just sell that right now. Right? Hit Shift B to pull up Forsaken again. And if you do dash gold to any amount, you'll have all the maximum gold. So what did I do wrong? So, if we had played longer, what I could have done is a head chef, which increases the healing, right? So it just gives 30% lifesteal, where the other one is probably 10 to 15%. But why did I feel so bad about stealing that position? Well, you can do both, right? You can have both. The head chef, the upgraded butcher, and the butcher buff on one unit. So this makes certain units, the doppelganger, the holy avenger, Phoenix, Firelord, very, very strong. If you can get the double vamp on both of them, it's very, very strong. So it's very important that you don't waste both spots, right? And then that would allow me to get another doppelganger if I wanted. Or if it's a harbinger, that's okay. But normally you want two doppelgangers here. So you're getting the benefit of both the buffs. But this was my little Forsaken build. As the game goes on, it's very important to just have lots of Hades. If you are doing Forsaken, that's going to be your best bet, is tons and tons of those. Because as amazing as the doppelganger is, as the game goes on, it becomes weaker and weaker. But the Hades gets stronger and stronger because that's your T6, your strongest unit. Well, this was my little beginner's video. I know I probably told you a lot of stuff. Please ask me all the questions. I know I said like 1,000 things in the game, in the sandbox. Hopefully some of it helps you guys. Congrats on getting a new game. Or good luck if you're just using this to learn little things that you may or may not have known. And have fun playing Legion. See ya.